welcome back to my channel. It's Ivetta, the owner of Ivetta Made It Graphics and Marketing. Just getting right into the video. Today we're going to be creating a seamless carousel post in Illustrator, something like this on the screen. I have gotten a few questions about how I create my carousel posts. To me, honestly, it feels like it's easier to do them in Illustrator. This is something that can be made in Canva and Photoshop, but I have transitioned more into using Illustrator to make these carousel posts. So if you are interested in learning how to create those, let's get right into it. First thing you want to do, of course, is open Illustrator. What we're going to do is just create a new file, which is right over here in this corner. The sizing that I use for my Instagram post is 2000 by 2000, which is still the square post for Instagram. I know a lot of people have started using the longer ones that take up more of the page. I haven't really gotten into that very much yet. Maybe soon, I don't know, but that's the sizing that I'm going to use for this tutorial. Of course, if you want to use that longer post, you would just change it to the pixels that are needed for that. At this moment, I don't know what the sizing is, but if I remember, I'll put it on the screen. For those longer posts, that just helps takes up more of the feed, which catches people's attention, rather than the square post, which will show your post and whoever is under it. But anyways, that's a whole nother thing. So the size that I'm using is 2000 by 2000 pixels. The orientation doesn't matter, it's a square. For now, I'm going to put one artboard just so I can show you how to add artboards to your canvas, and I'm going to hit create. Alright, so here we have our artboard. This is our one artboard, and I'm just going to go ahead and add all my elements to this because I already have my mock-ups and everything done. If you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you've seen me kind of create these things. This was just a passion project that I did for Fuzzy Tacos, which is, I know it's in quite a few places around the world, but we do have one here locally, and I just wanted to do like a redesign or something, just showing that company, you know, you can hire me if you want to or whatever. So all I did was just copy all of this stuff from my other project and bring it into here. I found stock photos of like nachos and tacos that we're going to use. I made some stickers, a cup. This is tissue paper, but right now I'm acting as if it's like a food packaging wrap. You know, like the paper you get your burgers and stuff in, like that type of thing. So I just have a lot of different stuff, and we may add more later or whatever. But getting back to the artboards. Okay, so this is our artboard. This is what you're going to see on Instagram. So to add more artboards, you want to select your artboard tool, which is right here. Anytime you don't know what a tool name is, just hover over it and it'll show up. So your artboard, this is artboard 1. You can move it around like this. When you move it, it'll have like this little pop-up that'll tell you that hidden elements are not going to move. I turned it off because I move artboards a lot, so it didn't pop up for me. But there will be like this message you can hit don't show again, or okay, or cancel, or whatever you want to hit. Over here you have your layers. The only layers we have now are just everything that I have over here on the side. But as we move things around, you can name them, group them together, all that type of stuff like that. If you watch my Photoshop tutorials, you know I really don't name stuff. I want to get into that just to help me stay more organized with bigger projects. But as of right now, if I click on it, if I click on an element, it'll show me where it is over here. And I'm okay with that right now. But back to our artboard tool, which is right here. If you want to add another artboard, you can copy and paste, which I know everyone knows how to do. Or you can hold down Alt click the artboard and drag. It was not supposed to go out like that, but it's okay. And that also creates another artboard. It's command. Is it command? It's not command. It's option on the Mac. And then you just click and drag and it creates another artboard. These are like not lined up correctly. As you can see, this one is higher than the other one. So what I'm going to do is hold shift and click each one of them. I'm going to come over here to align. And I'm just going to get them all lined up correctly. And give them, well, I don't want the same amount of spacing in between them. I'm actually going to move them closer. This helps know where your seams are in the carousel post. So I just want them all to be touching. I think that was a little bit too close. Let's see. And just make sure. Okay. So now that I have them all the way that I want to, as you go along, you can add more spaces to your carousel. It just depends on what you want. A lot of people are starting to do just the 2, which those are very cute. But me being extra, I like to do the longer ones. I've seen some longer than 4. But we're going to try to stick to just 4 for this tutorial. Alright, so now that you have your spacing for your carousel posts, you want to go ahead and start adding elements wherever you want them. These posts are mostly like a fun type of thing. I don't think they have like a rule, you know, to how you post them. Just be creative and use as many elements that you can to show off your work or whatever you're adding to the carousel. One more thing before we do get started. My Illustrator is set up, I change it so much. So like these elements here and like all of this stuff over here, you can move it around. So when you open Illustrator, if you haven't used Illustrator before, or if you don't use Illustrator, it's not gonna look like this. But the way to find all of this stuff and any other extra stuff that I don't have, you just come up here to the top where it says window, and then you can choose everything. Like if you want to add more stuff or take stuff off. Graphic styles is something that I use a lot, so I would need to add that if I was working on like logos or something. But there's so much different stuff that you can add, and I have swatches over there, so I don't know why it's not checked. But yeah, you can add this stuff to yours if you don't see it. We may not use majority of it in this video, but that's just to let you know how to do it. Anyway, getting into the video, I want the tissue paper to be first. I'm gonna make this very similar to the one that I have on TikTok. I think I posted it on Instagram as well. It's gonna be similar, probably not exactly the same, but as close as possible. So I just want this to be the first box, and I'm gonna see how I'm overlapping it over that line to the second box. This is what makes it seamless. You want to overlap your elements, your backgrounds, and things like that, so when it transitions into the next slide, it just looks like one long post. So for this first part, I'm going to make sure I have the entire artboard covered. And as you can see, it is hanging off a little bit. That's okay, because what you can do is come up here to view and just do trim view, and it'll show you the square completely. The reason why I don't keep it on trim view is because it trims everything that's outside of the artboard as well, and I do like to utilize this space when I'm designing. I'm also going to bring this stuff down because so it'll be right there next to me. All right, next thing I wanted to do is add some tacos, and I'm going to overlap those as well, just to give it that seamless effect, like that. These tacos make me so hungry, and I don't even eat like this stuff. What is it, pico de gallo? I don't eat that stuff, but this tacos look so good. All right, so for the next 2 slides, I want to show off the logo that I did create. Yes, I drew this little taco. I also drew all of this as well. This is like a brand pattern. So you see it on the tissue paper. It's also on the cup that I designed. And I just drew each one of these elements and turned them into a cute little pattern that can be used on packaging. Okay, so for the logo, I want it to be like half and half. Half of it on one slide and then the other half on the next one. And as you can see, the white is blending in and we don't want that. So I am going to create a rectangle. And the rectangle tool is right here. Right now it's on line segment tool because I was creating lines in another project. To change this tool, all you have to do is click the right. What is it called? Like on your mouse, it's the right side, but what is it called? Click that and it's the first option. And I'm just going to draw out a rectangle that would pretty much cover both of those slides. I do want it to have like a curve effect because I think I want it to go right here and right here, maybe. So I want to curve the sides of my rectangle, and to do that I'm going to come right back over here and grab the curvature tool. This tool, I'm very new to it, but I do like using it. I don't know if I'm using it correctly. I did forget to make my disclaimer. I am a self-taught graphic designer, so I come in here and click around and figure out how to do stuff, and it's my way of doing it. If it's the wrong way, it works. So, but all you do with the curvature tool, you just click and it creates like a anchor point or a path for you to move. So when you like move it, see, it curves in the lines. So I'm gonna do is just move this one around how I want it and add other paths. See it like just to make it curve a little bit. I'm only gonna do 2, maybe. I don't, just not to like run out or whatever. And then I'm gonna come over here and add some on this side as well. Maybe like that. I might change it, but let's see how that one looks. All right, so I'm gonna go back to my move tool and just move this up here on our design. And it is a little bit too small, so I'm just gonna stretch it out just a little bit. And as you can see, it's covering both our logo and our little tacos. We don't want it to do that. So I'm going to bring the tacos and the logo up over where we drew this path. So the tacos are here. I'm gonna go ahead and move them up. Did they not move? They did not move. Why did they not move? Oh, that's the wrong ones. That's the nachos. That's not the tacos. The tacos are here and the logo is here. So I'm gonna hold shift and select both of those. When you see the little box next to your layer, that's when it's selected. A lot of times if you click on it like this, it's not selected. So you have to make sure you see those 2 boxes. Select both of those and just move them up above the shape we just drew. And there we go. So now it looks like the pattern is kind of curved as well, and I really like that. I like how it, you know, it does that. All right, so that is our spacing for our logo. I think I want it bigger though. This may change, but for now I kind of want it bigger, like this. So when you swipe, you'll see this half, and then you swipe again, you'll see the other half, and then whatever else we add to this. So I do want the nachos to be right here in this little scene, so I'm gonna grab those. And they are kind of wonky looking because I didn't go in and erase all this other stuff, but all I'm gonna do is just make them big, and you won't even be able to see that, like that. Boom. Okay, so now we have like our drink, our pattern, and this is the color palette that I used for this design. We have a little fork that we're just gonna throw in here somewhere. Probably like right here, but see how I just have it hanging off? Like once everything's trimmed, it'll look so much better. And then I have my little sticker. This is just, I love the wrinkle stickers. Like if you see other people showing off their mock-ups and things that they made, they always have these little wrinkled stickers, and I found a mock-up for them and I love it. It's so simple, like it's just a sticker, but I love it. Also, if you don't know how to create mock-ups, I do have a Photoshop tutorial on creating mock-ups. I will link it in the cards, so make sure you watch that. I just show where I find free mock-ups, and I do need to create an updated video for that because I do get mock-ups from other websites now. I still use that one, but you know, there are so many mock-up sites and I've found a lot more, so I want to share those with y'all as well. I think I want the green sticker, but maybe I'll use this one. I'll use this one. And it's kind of just something you just place anywhere, you know, just to add to your design. All right, so on my last one, I did have the pattern behind the logo, but I think I'm gonna use it in this last box. I'm just gonna resize it. So when you resize stuff in Illustrator, it does like this type of stretching, but if you don't want it to, just hold shift and it'll move everything equally. Sometimes I stretch stuff out all weird. It depends on what I'm working on, but that's how you fix that. All right, so for the last one, I'm just gonna throw in our little bag. I kind of want this closer. Our bag and our drink. I think I want this to be red behind it. I'm not sure, but let's try red and see how that goes. So, not a pattern. I need a red box. Oh, that's why, because it's on that box, which is what we don't want. Okay, I'm just gonna draw it here like we did the green box. You just draw out a rectangle, and then I'm gonna go and change the color to the red that I used for my project, and I'm gonna place it here and just resize it. I like to drag stuff out further than what it is, because a lot of times when I save stuff, I don't catch, like, maybe you see how it's like a really little spacing. I don't catch it, so I like to draw my stuff out way past the boxes. It's a personal thing, not something that you have to do, but yeah, it just helps me a lot with trying to not have to go back in and fix stuff. Okay, so now we have our pattern on this last box. I'm gonna turn down the opacity just to kind of make it fade into the background. So all I did was select the pattern, and I'm just gonna come over here to transparency, which is one of the options. If you don't already have it on your menu, you can just go up there into window like I showed earlier, and then just drag and drop it where you want it. And I'm just gonna turn it down just so you can like see the pattern, but it's not the main focus, like that. Period. All right, so all I'm gonna do is grab the bag and the little cup. See, this is the plain cup that I did, but I do have the pattern on it too. It's just faded into the background. Let me zoom y'all in so y'all can see it. See, like I put it in the background. The other cup that I did is just the pattern without the logo, so you can see it a lot better. I'll probably use it in the thumbnail or something. Oh wait, I moved the wrong thing. Okay, so right here I am selected on the cup. I'm just gonna move it up above the background in the pattern, and then I'm gonna select the bag and do the same thing. I want the bag behind the cup, so zoom out a little bit And I'm just going to resize everything so it fits into this last square. All right, so for like carousel posts, you just have fun with them. Like, these are a really easy way to help with engagement. Like, I love carousel posts. Like, I like going on other designers' pages and just looking at how they show off their mock-ups and stuff that they created for a brand. I think they're cute. I love carousel posts. Is this okay? This is the sticker. I couldn't find the sticker. Okay, I'm gonna crop. Oh, that's something I can show you. I hate when I click on stuff and it clicks on the wrong thing, so I like to crop down my elements or whatever. So you just select your element, right click. Did I say that earlier? I don't know. Anyway, you're gonna right click and hit crop image, and it just brings up this little box for you to crop out your spacing that you don't need. So like none of this shadow down here will be shown, so I can crop this down a lot pretty much. And it just keeps me from selecting the cup while I'm trying to select the sticker. And honestly, I didn't even know what I wanted to do with the sticker, so I don't know why I was trying to select it in the first place. But at least I showed you how to crop stuff. All right, so what we have left is the color palette. I don't really see a need to put it on here. On my last one, on my other post that I created, I just put the color palette on the end of the post, which is not gonna work because I put hello. It's not gonna work here because I made the last slide red and the color palette is red, so I can't like put it there. Like I had it like this, so maybe nope, it's in the green. The only place that it will work is here, but then I don't think I want it there. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Let's resize each one and kind of make it like a, okay, I know what I want to do. I'm not going to explain it because I can't explain it. Stick with me, stick with me. Okay, so like this, and I'm gonna select all of them and just make sure, like, align them. Okay, like that, boom, 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 and then resize them and just put them like right here on the end. Ooh, okay. That way, the first thing you see is the color palette. All right, so this is our carousel post. I'm gonna go ahead and trim it so it looks better than whatever this is. View, trim view, and zoom in. All right, so this is our carousel post. See, like the white, I hate how that looks. I did just get really off topic just then, but this is why I like stretch stuff out further, because the little, it irritates me like really bad. Okay, so this is our carousel post. We have our color palette. There is white here. I'm learning how to perfect my content. Like a lot of times I throw stuff together, post it, and I can see the flaws in it, but it's too late to delete it. So I'm working on trying to get everything how I want it before I post, if that makes sense, which is why I keep going in moving stuff. But anyways, this is our carousel post. It's our color palette. We have our packaging with our little cute sticker, logo sticker. This is what we're serving at Fuzzy's Taco Shop. Okay, we got your little fork to eat with. This is our logo. You see our little taco. Okay. Then our nachos, we're serving up Doritos. Okay. You see they got the seasoning on them. We have our sticker. Comes free with every order. A cup for your soda, your Coke, and your food will be packaged in our custom bags with the logo and the little sticker. Okay. And then our pattern. Oh yeah, don't forget about the pattern. So this is how you create carousel posts in Illustrator. I'm going to show you how to export them. There are a few ways to export them. I use different ways for different projects. Since this is a carousel post, I'm going to show you how I export my carousel post. Again, I'm self-taught. If this is not the correct way to do it, well, the right way, like, I mean, it works. So is there a right or wrong way if it works? Export for screens. And this is why I like doing my carousel post this way, because it shows you what artboards you're actually downloading. So for instance, if I had where I was creating their logo, where I was doing story posts and things like that, all of that would show here, and I could select whichever artboards I actually wanted. That makes sense. So these are the ones that I want. Something that I always forget to do is come here and change the folder that it goes into. So it just goes into some random folder and I can't find it. So I'm going to select this folder right here. And I'm going to find my fuzzies folder. Fuzzies. And I'm going to save it here. So what is this? This is like the logo and stuff. I'm just going to create another folder. Okay. So YouTube post. This is where it's going to be at. So I'm going to hit choose. I don't mess with any of these other settings. I guess if you need to click away, I don't mess. Oh, I didn't even know they had like a iOS and Android. I don't even know what that means. I'll find out one day. And I'm going to hit export artboard. So now it should be in our folder. All right. So this is our carousel post. I'm going to change this so we can see. All right, this is the end, which means this one is the first one. So all I do is just select each one of them, and then I airdrop them to my phone. That way I'll have them when I'm ready to post. Y'all know how to make posts on Instagram. I will go ahead and I guess insert like a clip of how to do it, since it is a carousel post. So yeah, I'm not gonna leave y'all hanging with that one. So I'll be right back, and then we're gonna get into my phone. All right, so really quickly, I'm gonna go through how to post the carousel post. Just go ahead and open Instagram, and you'll see the carousel that you created. You want to make sure you go ahead and select the first picture that you want on the carousel, and then you're going to press those two stack squares and go ahead and select each one of the other posts that you want in the order that they need to go in. I mean, as you can see, I kind of messed up. I don't know why the last one was before the other one, but right here you can see what order they're supposed to be in, but this is also where you can add filters. Please don't add filters to your graphics. See how that looks? Disgusting. Okay. Make sure you keep it on normal when you get to the filter section. Then you're going to hit next again. And this is just where you type your caption and everything. But you can also preview how this carousel is going to look on your feed. And doesn't it look amazing? So once you type your caption and do the normal stuff that you usually do, go ahead and post and share your carousel. Yeah, if y'all create one, tag me or send it to me, whichever way. I love to see y'all's work after you do these tutorials. But anyway, that is pretty much it for this seamless carousel tutorial, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.